Hey guys, it's Jessie V. Yes, you did read the title right. And yes, I did get into huge trouble with the police. But before you think I'm a criminal, let me just explain what happened. Let's backtrack. So this V-Time takes place back in February. Just a day after my birthday, actually. Which completely sucked because I was still in like a happy birthday mood. You know when you have your birthday and you feel like it's your birthday for the next week still? That's how I was feeling. The birthday vibes were flowing. And then I got in trouble with the cops and my mood changed like this. And the reason why I couldn't tell you guys this V-Time earlier was because I had to go to court about it. So I wasn't allowed to talk about this publicly until it was resolved in court. But my court date was back in October, so I'm completely okay to tell you guys this story now. I can tell you guys how this all went down. Okay, so on the morning of February 15th, my grandma called me. This sounds so professional, I know, like the dates.
On the morning of February 15th.
Yeah, so my grandma called me and she asked me if I wanted to spend the day at her house, like eating dinner, watching movies, catching up, because I only get to see my grandma like every 2 weeks. So we always gotta kind of see each other and catch up on each other's lives. Gotta know what grandma's been up to. You know, what she's been knitting, what she's been cooking, what new sweaters she purchased. No, honestly, my grandma's the coolest thing ever. So I told her on the phone that I would be there at noon on time for lunch. She was making my favorite. And she told me not to be late or my food would be cold. By the way, it was tuna sandwiches made with yummy homemade bread and Kraft dinner. That combination is like heaven in my mouth. I wouldn't miss it for the world. So I was like, I will not be late, Grandma. You can count on me. I will not be like the white rabbit from Alice in Wonderland. I will be swift and promptly on time. So I got into my car and headed off. And I know you guys are probably thinking, oh, she got a speeding ticket. No, that's not what happened. I almost wish that was just what happened. Just keep listening. So I'm driving down the highway, which is about 100 kilometers per hour. I'm from Canada, so I don't do the whole miles thing. Try and convert that. I usually drive in the fast lane because it gets me to my destination faster. Hence why it's called the fast lane. I never speed, I just go the speed limit. I'm driving safely behind a few cars who are also in the fast lane with me, and all of a sudden they start changing lanes. So I start wondering what's going on. I'm like, why are all these cars in front of me getting out of the fast lane? I thought maybe there was something blocking the road. But then I see what's happening. All of these cars in front of me are trying to pass this large black car because he's driving extremely slow in the fast lane. Like 20 kilometers under the speed limit slow. So I'm approaching him wondering why the heck he's going so slow, and I have to like slam on my brakes to slow down to his pace. And I was getting annoyed because if you're gonna drive that slow on the highway, at least don't do it in the fast lane. Like go to a slow lane, you know what I mean? So I'm slowly driving behind this car and he's not taking a hint. It's like he doesn't understand that he's driving that slow and that he should get out of the fast lane. The cars behind me start honking because they don't understand why I'm driving so slow. I guess they can't see that there's a car right in front of me. So it looks like I'm blocking traffic when really it's the car in front of me. I literally felt like yelling out the window, blame the guy in front of me, it's not me. So I had enough. I was getting so irritated with this guy, so when it was safe, I decided to change lanes into the middle lane so I could pass him and then get back into the fast lane. But the minute I changed to the middle lane, guess what this guy did? He changed lanes as well and blocked me once again in the middle lane. I was like, is this a joke? Is this guy intentionally trying to block me and ruin my day? And it was weird because he seemed to be going even slower than he already was. So I quickly get back into the fast lane and pass this guy. Because I'm like, there's no way in hell he's gonna block me again. But then he gets back into the fast lane and drives right behind me this time. And guess what happens? Out of nowhere, these red and blue lights start flashing, followed by a siren. This guy had been an undercover cop the entire time. He was in a plain black car with no police markings on it, and he had those hidden police lights like in his windshield. They were like camouflaged with the black car. I did not expect it at all. So I pulled off to the side of the highway, and guys, I had never been pulled over by a cop before. So I was like hyperventilating. I did not know what I did wrong. All I tried to do was pass a car that was driving way too slowly for a highway, and it just so happened to be a cop. I don't know if it angered him or what. So I rolled down my window and waited for this guy to come up to my car. Now let me tell you, he was a very serious guy. He never smiled, he never said hello. He just stood there with his arms crossed looking like a grumpy gorilla. I was like shaking in my seat. I have an anxiety disorder, so this situation did not fly well with me. He then asked to see my license and registration. And this is where I panic a bit, because I obviously knew where my license was. It was in my wallet in my purse, but I did not know where to find the registration card for the car. It's like a little slip for the car, because I was driving my dad's car. Like, I don't have my own car, I just drive my dad's car. We kind of share it. And I had no idea where my dad kept this registration form. So I turned to the police officer and said, sorry sir, like just give me 1 second, I just need to look for it. I've never been in a situation like this before, just give me 1 second please. And completely straight-faced he goes,
you should know where your registration is, you're 21, come on.
Like, okay buddy, chill out. So I open the glove department and I find this little binder filled with like important papers, and I open it and I look at the policeman and say, do you know what the paper looks like? Like, I have a bunch of forms for the car, do you know which one it is? And he goes,
no, you look through it, this is not my responsibility.
Like, I was just asking for some help because I've never been in this situation before, and this man was being completely cruel. Like, unnecessarily cruel. So I finally find it and I hand it to him, at least what I think it was. And then he like writes a few things down on his little paper pad, and then he asks where I'm going in such a hurry. And I'm thinking, how was I in a hurry? I was going under the speed limit because of this guy. So I stand up for myself and I'm like, I wasn't speeding sir, I was just trying to pass you. And he goes,
I know you weren't speeding, that wasn't the question.
So I was like, okay, whoa. Okay, I was just going to my grandma's house. And oh my gosh guys, the food was probably so cold at this point. Those poor chili tuna sandwiches. Anyways, so he writes down more stuff on his little paper. And I'm not even exaggerating how he's acting. This was probably the first time I've ever been around a rude cop. Every other time I've spoken with the police, which has been a few times in my life, and not for being pulled over. Like, I was in other situations in my life where I had to deal with police, which maybe I'll make another V-time about that. But they've always been really sweet to me. They've always been really good guys. Even when I've been in the car with my mom when she's been pulled over for a speeding ticket, even those cops have been extremely nice to her. Like, they said, hello ma'am, like how's your day going? Like, really nice people. So I have like nothing against cops. I mean, my uncle's a cop. It's just the one that I was dealing with was extremely rude. So anyways, he then goes,
so why were you so close to my car? You were driving really close behind me.
And I told him exactly what I told you guys. I said I had to press on the brakes when I was driving behind him because he was going extremely slow in the fast lane. I said because he was going quite under the speed limit, he was impeding traffic, cars were honking behind me, so I was driving close behind him because I didn't understand why he was going so slowly, and I thought he would change lanes out of courtesy. And I think calling him out made him really angry, and like I said it respectfully because I'm gonna stand up for myself. Just because he's an authority figure does not mean I'm gonna let him like bully me. So I told him exactly what I told you guys. And he says something like,
oh, I was driving really slow for safety reasons. You should reevaluate your driving.
And I told him like, yeah, but that's why I tried to pass you and then your car blocked me. And he had nothing to say to that except that he was gonna give me $100 ticket. And this ticket wasn't for speeding. On the ticket was written that it was for driving too closely to a police officer. This ticket would make me lose 4 demerit points, which is a lot. Like, that would make me lose my license for a month, and it would permanently be on my record, my insurance would go up, it would like skyrocket. So I was like furious, and because I believed so strongly that I was in the right and that I did nothing wrong, I went to see a lawyer about it and I told him everything that happened. And the lawyer told me that I definitely had a case. The cop should not have been driving in the fast lane going like 20 kilometers under the speed limit. He was definitely impeding traffic, which is definitely a no-no and could actually be dangerous in some situations. So he was calling me the dangerous driver when really he should evaluate his driving. Because yeah, he was causing all the cars behind me to have to slam on their brakes as well. They had to honk. It was not a good thing. The lawyer even told me that maybe, just maybe, the cop was doing that on purpose. That way he could give people tickets for following him too closely, when really I was just trying to slow down behind him. So this whole scenario was brought to court back in October, and just like I thought, the judge completely agreed with me, and I won. And it just shows you guys that if you think you're being wrongly blamed for something, you should definitely fight it. Don't be a pushover. Yes, the cop had tons of authority over me, but that did not automatically mean that he was in the right. He is human after all. He is gonna make mistakes, and I called him out on it. And I'm so glad I did because I ended up being right. I do know that a lot of cops have a ticket quota that they have to hit for the day, so they have to give so many people tickets a day, and I don't know if he was purposely driving slow in order to get those tickets out. I have no idea. I can't blame this man for that. It could have just been a coincidence. I don't know. But I am just glad I went to court about this, and yeah, just guys, fight for what you believe in. Don't be pushed around. Anyways, that is my V time. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I don't think it's like the happiest V time ever, but I mean, it's something that I thought I should discuss with you guys to give you motivation for standing up for yourself. Anyways though, my social media information is in the description, along with my vlog channel and my P.O. Box information, so check that out. And until next time guys, bye!